So here's the tricky calculation when it comes to imperial measurements, because you could probably tell me how tall you are in feet and inches. Yeah, I'm 5'5", 5 feet 5 inches tall, and you probably know whatever your measurement as height is as well. Would you be able to tell me your height in yards, feet, and inches? Well, probably not. Okay, you might be able to figure it out fairly quickly. Me being 5'5", there's 3 feet in a yard, so I'd be 1 yard, 2 feet, 5 inches. So now we need to look at how we can go about doing that type of conversion, and this is the weird one in this chapter. Convert 51 inches to feet and inches. Now, there's no one set way to figure out these types of questions. You have to understand that I can represent 51 inches as 51 inches, or in this case I could say that it is also 4 feet 3 inches. So let's figure out how to get there. So I take my 51 inches and I think to myself, well, how many feet can I get out of 51 inches? Okay. Or how many times does 51 divide by 12? Because there are 12 inches in a foot, right? 1 foot equals 12 inches. Well, I know that I could probably get 4, because 4 times 12 is 48. So I could get 48 inches out of that 51. So I know I'm going to get 4 feet. And that single hash means 4 feet. So if I know I'm going to get my 48 inches out, or my 4 feet, well, how many inches am I left with? I subtract my 48, I'm left with 3 inches. So really I'm going to be 4 feet, 3 inches tall. You need to practice these ones because these ones will come up fairly regularly. Example 2b, convert that 51 inches. Again, 51 inches. Whoa. What happened there? There we go. Swipe to my Netflix. 51 inches. I need to convert to yards, feet, and inches. Well, how many? I think to myself, well, in 1 yard, there are 36 inches. How many groups of 36 can I get out of 51? 51 minus 36 gives me 51 minus 36, this is a 4, this gives me a 1, this gives me 5, gives me 15 inches left over. Well, I can't get any more yards out of that, so I'm going to get 1 yard. Now I'm just left with 15 inches. How many feet? If there's 1 foot is equal to 12 inches, how many groups of 12 can I get out of 15? Well, I can only get 1, leaving me 3. So I'm going to be 1 yard, 1 foot, and 3 inches tall, if that was the case. Or 1 yard, 1 foot, 3 inches. A little bit tricky, those ones, because you're just looking for groups. There's no one set method on how to do those. It's just a matter of practicing. Okay. So let's look at, can we get in 3A and B here? Sure we can. School council has 6 yards of fabric that would be cut into smaller strips of 5 inches wide to make decorative banners for the school dance. How many banners can be made? So the first thing we need to do is take our 6 yards. We need to convert that 6 yards to inches so that we can see how many groups of 5 we can get out of it. So we take our 6 yards, and I'm going to do this by conversion factor. I know that in 1 yard there are 36 inches. Okay, so that's my conversion factor. I get that out of my head, I get that off my table. I'm going to multiply by. I want my yards to cancel, so this is going to be 36 inches over 1 yard. That'll give me 216 yards times inches, looking at unit conversion or unit analysis, divided by yards, but yards. Those yards will cancel, I'm just left with inches, so 216 inches. How many groups of 5? Because I want to cut it into 5-inch strips. Divide by 5 inches. That's going to give me 43.2. The 0.2 means nothing to me at this point because really I can only get 43 strips. or 43 banners, I guess, in this case. Question B, if the cost of the banner fabric was $5.89 per foot, how much did the council pay for the fabric? Well, now I don't want that 6 yards converted to inches because I'm paying by foot, so I need to know how many feet that would be. 6 yards. Oops, not gallons, 6 yards. Again, multiply by, and in this case, I want 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. So I set up my conversion factor. I'm going to multiply by 3 feet because I want the feet to stay and I want my yards to cancel. These units cancel. I don't need them anymore. That's going to give me a total of 18 feet. And if it's $5.89 per foot, I multiply this by $5.89 to give me a total of $106.02 would be the cost of those banners, of that material for those banners. So there's example 3. Come back in the next video for example 4 and however much further we